The next part here is to go ahead and take our base plate that's been drying over on the side, and we'll go ahead and remove our fixture jig. Now you'll have received 2 of these with a hand kit, so if one of them breaks, you're okay, you got a second, but these are reusable, so go ahead and save them. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and take these 2 parts and go ahead and assemble them together into a single unit. Again, this is very similar to putting together a finger kit. Slide these guys together, screw them down as you go. And we could use this one's not as critical, use a little bit of a screwdriver here to tighten that guy up. Okay, so you can see the design is similar to a finger kit, but we have a thumb base. So we're going to go ahead and place a screw. So in this particular kit, you'll notice that you only have 3 of the short 440 screws that you would use to bolt the whole finger together. This plate only uses 2 versus the 3 that we used on the finger plate. So we're going to go ahead and get one of those, and again from the whole side we're going to insert it through the base there. Get in there. Kind of a tight hole, so we'll screw it down in there. And then we're going to go ahead and take a washer and one of the nuts and assemble that whole thing together. This is our rotation lock, like on the fingers. The thumb has the same style part, and just kind of tighten that down. Alrighty, now we can go ahead and take the finger joint and slide it into the thumb base. We're going to take our final binding post here, sliding it in from one side, up through the middle, and through. Go ahead and put your other screw in to hold your thumb together, like so. So all that's left here so far is to get our linkage in the right place. So again, I take my screwdriver, we're looking to press the pin through this hole, through the linkage, and out the other hole. So I just kind of assemble the finger and kind of eyeball it in there, and we push the pin in from one side. As you found out, this can be a bit of a challenge. You just kind of got to move the fingertip, move everybody around until you just get everything lined up. And then it'll press right in. There we go. So you go ahead and press that pin in flush, and then you should find that by moving the base of the finger, the tip of the thumb actuates again correctly. So again, kind of a couple of tweaks, a few movements, that should loosen up really well. And it gives you your thumb. Now, we want to go ahead and take our base part of our thumb, which is our second portion that actually bolts it to the thumb, and this basically is assembled like this. This part slides in between those 2 tabs, and you line up the 3 holes. Now what we do is you'll find that you have a long 440 screw in there, plus some additional washers here. So you want to go ahead and put your washer on the head side of your bolt. The nut itself is fairly large in diameter, so we don't run a washer on there. So the washer goes on the head side, and then it comes from the servo side of the tab. So you got the servo side and you got the finger side. From the servo side, we insert that 440 bolt and basically just pass it through those 3 sections. And then you'll also find that you have a 440 lock nut. So this lock nut is the nut that you want to use on the other side of that bolt. And basically what that does is it allows us to set the tension of that pivot. We can tighten that down until we get it to a nice tension where we can position it if we'd like, but it's still movable. So again, we'll take our little needle nose pliers here, and I'm going to grab that nylock, and then I'm just going to go ahead and screw in this 440 screw, or hex bolt. Come here, you. One of those knights. We're just going to take that down until we just start to tighten it up. Now, I've got it, that's a pretty good tension. You can see you can just rotate that thumb pad there, but it likes to stay where you want it to be. And again, the amount of tension you put on there is going to be completely preference. You may end up getting it to a point where you like it and locking it down, or you may leave it a little bit looser so you can adjust it on the fly. Again, it's going to be totally personal preference, but that's what's going to allow you to kind of roll the thumb to put the hand in a gripping style position, and we'll show that a little bit later. So, okay, at this point we have assembled the thumb. We've got the pad on, it's movable, and so we can move on. I'm going to set this all here, and